What is that fucking thing?
Language.
Boing.
Language. We're live now.
Language. Language. Yellow. Alright. Link. Alright. Seems, at least I seem to be logged in and sort of working.
All right. Mic check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2 3 4. Let's see if I'll
You're
try.
not feeling too well today, eh?
Fighting a little bit of allergy cold thing. Trying to figure out if it's which is which. The flu's been going around here like crazy, and
Yeah, it's killing people over here.
literally.
Yeah, pretty bad, man.
So
Hold on,
let's
I
see.
gotta do some muting here so I don't get that conversation 5 times. Hold on.
All good.
Alright, there we go. So things went relatively well with our lead programmer and you today? Eating chicken wings. Chicken wings.
Yeah, hang on here. Let me check some audio levels here.
Can you hear me yourself? Can you hear me? Nope. Okay. No idea.
All right, I'm going to be a little heavy, but I'll try to talk quieter.
Can you hear me, Eric?
Yeah, looks like you're coming through.
Okay. It's a miracle. I'll stop eating in your ear in about one half a chicken wing as well.
We'll say hi to everybody. People are already popping in.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to be polite and mute my microphone for the next 20 seconds while I destroy this chicken wing. I'll be right back.
You know what's shaking, gang? A little under the weather here tonight, so I thought, yeah, I'm trying to turn them up. It's driving me crazy here. Platinum Dragon. There's a name I haven't heard quite some time.
Platinum Dragon. Somewhere I have a video that he made to support us.
That's right. We both have that video somewhere.
Yep. We remember you, buddy.
Boy, it's been fun. I've been, not to share too much, but I've been, those of you who have been following our project for a while, you know that we've been desperately trying to get our Kickstarter rewards out the door for the last 500 years.
Yeah.
And so I've been touching base with a lot of the old school backers that not only backed us on a Kickstarter, but way back in the day to make sure we have like the most recent shipping addresses and all that kind of stuff. And it's been fun. I've been talking to a lot of people I haven't talked to in quite some time.
Sweet.
So it's been fun. Yeah, let me see if I can keep turning Dave up any louder. I don't know if this is going to work or not.
Turn up the Davey-O.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm going to start that.
Gonna be one of those, man.
Well, while you're here, you talk while I set up the game and all that stuff. I'm
right.
trying to save my voice here. I'm fighting a little bit of a cold, gang, so Dave was kind enough to hop in tonight and actually say hi to every once in a while here. This is great.
Hey, everybody. Well, we'll try. It seems like if there's ever going to be a technical problem or Gong Show glitch, it happens on my end of crap, so...
Well, the problem is it's like I have to try to feed Skype's audio through in a different way, and so you always end up kind of coming out kind of quiet. So this is one.
Yeah.
If anything, we're testing tonight, so it's a Gong Show. People know what to
Well,
expect.
we gotta keep testing and get things ready, because Gong Show 100 is gonna be epic.
That's right, March 22nd. I have to try to figure out how to get a Gong Show while I'm either on the road or do one when I get back from vacation, so the everything times out nicely.
Right.
Oh, I got to put in Mr. Beefalo.
Beefalo. How did that happen?
That was as a result of a chat last week. I was just trying to like put some guys in because I was trying to test the new stuff, and so I was like, well, I need to create a character. Let's do it. So
I love him. He's gotta make it to the main roster now, because Beefalo is just too good.
well, he looks like a guy named Brian Cage on the Indies.
Oh yeah.
Do the 1000 when you get back. It's not going to be now. The problem here's why we wanted to do it exactly on March 22nd. That is the official anniversary day in which Dave sent out his very first newsletter to the world. And so we thought, okay, We got all the wonderful things all happening on one particular day. Let's do it.
Oh,
So,
I know. So much. I know we were going to do some kind of breakdown to celebrate the 16 years, and we thought, oh, that'd be easy to throw together a little timeline of all the ups and downs. And then you realize we actually had a lot happen. It hasn't been, when you're living in the moment from day to day, you kind of go, oh yeah, the last 16 years there were some moments. Man, there was a
Christ,
lot.
16 years, Dave. I mean, think about that. That's just insane to me.
I know. It's insane to me too, man. Uh, it's good though. I always said, when people talk about, man, it's, like when it went 3 years, people started going, oh man, it's been 3 years. You must be getting embarrassed that you haven't accomplished all your goals yet in 3 years. Well, 16 years later, and clearly I'm over the stigma of having it take 3 years. So that's all good. But man, the way I look at it is, when we started this 16 years ago, I planned on living at least another 16 years. So I wouldn't trade it, man. I was doing some interviews with some different entrepreneurs for another little project presentation I'm doing, and it's true what they say, man. It really is about the journey, not so much the destination. I mean, we could release Pro Wrestling X on all consoles, consider it finished, and make $1 million, and I wouldn't trade that day for the last 16 years, warts and all, man, because
It's been insane.
Man.
It's been insane. But and what's really funny is every single person that I talk to, and some of these guys go back with us 15 years. Every single one of them had something really nice to say when I emailed them. They were all like, "Man, keep going. We're still got your back." It was just like, God, it felt so good because I figured. I figured for sure that some of these were going to come back like, dude, stop emailing me. Never contact me ever again. You ripped me off. Every single one of them had something really, really nice to say. And that was really cool. In fact, I was helping one of them, I won't tell his name, but he just finalized a Kickstarter. I was kind of digging through the Facebook messages looking to find some recent contact information. And one of them had done a Kickstarter. In fact, maybe I'll post the link right in here because I told him I would. It was for a book about the history of the WWE action figures.
Right.
And so I tweeted that out here today, and he's in the final home stretch, and he got funded a few days ago. So
that's
good on him.
Man. I love helping people with Kickstarters and stuff. When you've done it like we have, where you failed at some, you won at some. It's nice to be able to help people, man. Pay it forward. You know how good it feels to succeed at a Kickstarter.
Well, what was funny is he was having some trouble with his website. In fact, a lot of websites are getting hacked right now, and they're putting little JavaScript Bitcoin miners on there. And I went to his site looking, and sure enough, there was one on there. And I thought, dude, so he's cleaning all that out right now. But
and he didn't know, eh? Wow.
Platinum Dragon, I read pretty much every newsletter still. Platinum Dragon, I'm very curious. What is the earliest Pro Wrestling X newsletter that you have? I'm very curious. Rondar, what's going on, buddy? We got all of the usuals in here. But we had a great broadcast last night, or last weekend. We had, I think, a high of like 32 viewers, which is, I know, not anything compared to what we normally have, but it was cool. New Legacy sent a bunch of folks. And,
Thank you, New Legacy. That's wicked.
Yep. So it's cool, and we're, like I said, starting to getting the good vibes going again. That's always fun. I've been in touch with the Rumble Fest guys.
They're doing great.
Yep. That game is not quite a wrestling game, but it's still, I love the look of it. And it's hard. But they put us over on Instagram here today. They sent us a screen capture, or they posted a screen capture of us pimping them in the newsletter, and tagged us on Instagram. So I thought that was pretty cool. So good on you, mate.
I hope people realize that, all they have to do is ask. If you got a project, it doesn't have to be wrestling or video game related, but if you got anything going at all and you need help getting attention to a Kickstarter, or
there was one that was posted just a few days ago. He liked one of our Facebook posts, and I followed up with it because I was like, oh, I never heard of that one before, and I'm trying to look for it right now. And it was like a new role-playing type of a game, I think. It was like a pro
Nice.
wrestling RPG that looked pretty cool. Just
Oh,
kind of getting
cool.
started. Let me see if I can find it because it was
Yeah.
just within the last 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, pimp it, man. Pimp it.
Pro Wrestling Mogul, the game.
Mogul. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Sounds familiar.
Yep. In fact, I'll post the link. What the hell? We'll post the link right
I
here
think
in Twitch.
I stumbled on his Trello account. I think, and he's got a roadmap going. If
Yep.
that's the guy I'm thinking about, yeah.
Ivatopia. Attaboy. There's the man.
Mm, nice.
Hey, Dave, I'm sending you a super secret message on Skype
Ooh,
chat really quick.
ooh. My wife is home, Erica.
I know, right? Except I can't figure out how to do. Okay.
Where am I looking?
Oh, geez. I pretend I spelled it correctly.
No, I mean, where'd you send it?
Skype.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Not see nothing, but I look now. Okay, look. All right. Come on, Skype.
Sorry, gang. I'm trying to conserve my voice for those who are joining. I've got a little bit of a cold, so I forced Dave to get in here.
Oh. Have to speak to the commoners and the normies now. Great.
Here is your winner. Game over.
It's really funny. I don't hear a lot of these sound effects. I've got the headphones going, and I don't hear a lot of these sound effects normally because I turn them way down.
Right. I think my favorite sound effect, honestly, Eric, was watching the replay of last week's Twitch and that really cool "aye" sound you make whenever anybody falls. We need to sample that. And that needs to be the sound.
Yeah, I was listening to that myself, and I have to admit I was a little bit embarrassed because I kind of lost my shit. I have to admit I kind of lost my shit. For some reason, Skype is not letting me send the
Yeah, I was
text.
gonna say I'm not seeing anything.
Whatever.
Try again.
It's sending, but it'll go after the.
Okay, we'll get there.
Just a potential nice gesture that we should do for somebody. That's all.
Oh, nice. There's lots of nice gestures.
Yeah, a lot of people have been taking good care of us here, so I want to put them over.
Gotta celebrate Matt Dickey, man. He's killing it on mobile. He's untouchable, man. He's doing so well with all his mobile projects. He definitely came into his own there. He's doing awesome. I haven't heard much from Action Arcade, Dave Horton, and the Shikara guys, which is pretty much a sign that they're about to unleash something huge.
Yep.
Man.
Well, hopefully he's in crunch mode. I thought I saw him posting something the other day. I was trying to remember if it was out on Twitter or something like that. But Platinum Dragon, you try to keep the inbox clean. What are you? That's just disgusting. Give me a break. And you're supposed to save ours. You're supposed to put like a little, like print them out and then put like a little red bow around them. Like little love letters or something. Random cable. Just you wait, pal. Just you wait. That's all I got to say about that.
I actually found a picture the other day. I stumbled across the one where we had wallpapered the old studio.
Oh yeah, what a great shot that is.
Like, yeah, I know, right?
Yep, that's good times. It is good times. I think about that stuff a lot, especially here lately as we're getting closer and closer to doing a lot of stuff. And like I said, getting all this stuff to Gong Show 100. I think this is so bloody cool. The question is, Dave, do you have on hard drive somewhere these executables as demos? I know we talked a little bit about this, but I was curious if you had been able to find any of that stuff because I'd like to be able to play them for these guys.
It is possible. I know I've got obviously the Uprising that we released. I have the previous Uprising that was built on the stolen engine, if anybody's familiar with our story.
Yeah.
I've got that one that we finished and got our funding with. And then I believe I've got the
we've probably got somewhere where Robert's screen test, for lack of a better term.
I have that. Yep. I did find that. That one's awesome because AJ
Styles versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, that was great. I do have the executable for the very first, the telefilm funded prototype that we never released.
Is that the one with all the random guys in the crowd?
That's the one with the really bad crowd and the.
No, but I mean that's when there was a crowd and people were at least standing there.
Yeah, they're just standing there wearing Freddy Krueger sweaters or
Okay,
something.
that's what
Yeah.
I thought. That's what I thought.
And yeah, it's in a really bad little brick building with lockers, and
Is
yeah,
that the
there's a
one that had like a? Was it a red ring? What? It
yeah, I
was
think so.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, there's
Okay.
that. And going back farther than that, I've got before we called it Pro Wrestling X, I've got the the version called Brawl. I have Dojo.
Wait. What? This is new to me. I don't remember this.
Oh yeah, it was so long ago. I don't blame you for not remembering.
I may have been. It may have preceded me.
In order to get the funding to build the prototype, we had to make a prototype of a prototype, right? So
See,
it's
kids,
the
this was
one.
back before you could download Unity as a game engine.
Yeah, you're making shit from scratch, right? But there's the one version that we posted screenshots of that people dug. It had the huge speakers. It kind of looked like Def Jam Vendetta. You know, it looked like a dance
Oh my
club.
God! I don't think I even remember that.
We showed a picture of it on Twitch once. So we'll pull all this together, man. We'll have a good time. There's gonna be issues with some of these old, Windows XP.
Well, that's what I
executables.
figured. I figured if I could at least get them from you, I could start test
Yeah,
driving them a little bit and make sure I could even boot them.
yeah,
But
exactly. I think worst case scenario, let's take some over the shoulder video cam footage of me playing the games. I get them running or something else. People can see this stuff because, boy, we sure had a reputation for years of not releasing anything, And the old joke is, we've been working for like 25 years and haven't released anything. But
Well,
this
I
one,
know it was between us and Duke Nukem forever.
yeah,
That was the race to see who could come out last,
well,
and I
there was
think we
just so
won
much.
that.
We were embarrassed. Like the early prototypes and demos, for what they were terrible. Like we didn't want anybody to play them. They were just proofs of concept, technical concept demos, right? So we didn't release them. So people fairly didn't believe we were doing anything, right? Because we wouldn't show what we were doing back in the early days. So it'll be fun now to bust out this old stuff, and people can see all these versions of Pro Wrestling X that never saw the light of day outside of the crew and investors. So
Hey, here's an idea. Again, if we're playing Gong Show here tonight, do you want to do a very quick test and share your desktop with me to see if we could that's feasible? Like you could play some of that video through Skype.
let me see what I can get. I know I got at least one executable kicking around here or something. So yeah.
I don't know if I can get this to work or not, but let's bloody hell, let's give it a
In the meantime, I'll clean up here and see what I can get going.
hide all the
How do you?
questionable granny porn and all that stuff that you've got on your desktop.
No,
And
no, that's all good, man. I'm wondering though how much you want to tease the potential freaking earth-shattering bombshell interview that, fingers crossed, we are gonna get for
I teased it last week on Twitch, and I basically just kept it pretty vague. You were much more in detail, to my chagrin, on Facebook. I was like, Dave, you're giving him too much. But
I don't want to jinx it either. It could still fall through completely, but
that's kind of why I was trying to keep it a little bit vague. But if you want to tease away, they were trying to guess like crazy, and they were coming up with a lot better names than we're going to actually end up being able to deliver. I'm sorry, guys. We cannot get Bret Hart. We can't get him. We're probably not going to get AJ Styles. We're probably not going to get Matt Dickey. They went through literally every. Ivatopia is very close. Ivatopia is very close.
Well, essentially, just so we're not, jerking anybody around too much, it's not so much a person that everybody might recognize or anything, but what's cool and critical is that we're going to be able to get the scoop on the golden era of
Yep.
wrestling.
You'll know what he did. You'll know
Yeah.
what he did.
We're finally gonna. If you ever had questions about, hey man, why did Aki move to EA, and what really did happen with WrestleMania 18 and the games for Xbox like Raw and WrestleMania 21, and what was the deal with SmackDown and like politically, what was going down, and the inside scoop on the stuff that nobody's been able to get any info
Lamb sauce
on.
is also close.
Cool.
Lamb
It
sauce is
should be
also
fun,
close.
man. I'm hoping. I've already. To be fair, I didn't want to blindside anyone, so I actually came up with some questions about THQ and Aki and EA back in the day, and And so far, this person has greenlit everything I've asked them. In fact, he specifically said that he misconceptions about those classic like
So the
cool.
guy that you bought the wrestling code from.
Oh god. Oh man. Jesus. I still
Is
twitch.
to tell.
Still twitch when I think. God, I'm just checking my, making sure I'm not giving any secrets away on my desktop. I got a lot of this stuff that's in progress for the next few builds.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
All right.
With Skype.
I'm gonna see. The lowest kind of hanging fruit here is I think I've got a version of Uprising installed and playing on this machine. So I'm just gonna see if that's in fact the case, and then we can try.
Yeah, because they can't see squat right now. We're lagged out like crazy.
Mute. All right. I haven't played Uprising probably in 4 years.
I'm not sure. I haven't remembered.
That's what I'm working on right now. Jesus Christ, I haven't seen this in forever.
It's the downside with this. I think sometimes with Skype, it's the two-way. It just doesn't always work.
Is it just because I'm on it? Like,
It's plausible, but I'm not sure. I'd really like to figure that out, though.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, dude. Let me see here if I can. Oh, freak off. Come on, Skype. I'm trying.
It could also be just Twitch. It could also just be Twitch.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Okay, come on. Don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. I'm talking to my computer like it's a human. What's going on here, man? What do I want to do? I want to skippy. Long time. Hold on. Okay, so I've got Uprising. Looks like it's running. Yay. It's not running windowed though, which makes it hard for me to go back and forth to. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Just trying to navigate my way through here to see if I can pull this off. Pro Wrestling as Prototype. What the hell's that? Don't you love vague naming conventions?
I'm gonna try pausing.
Dude, I wonder if this is what I think it is. Dare I?
This match scheduled
Do it,
for
Dave.
one fall
No.
with a 15-minute time limit.
Crap on a stick. Oh, no way. I think I just pulled out
Introducing
the
first.
pre-Telefilm 2004 prototype. And again, always get the black screen. Come on, baby. We can do it. We can do it. I'm not doing it. Okay. Yeah. That's my mouse. That's awesome. Okay, there's that. Go away. Oh, wow. Oh, dude, I think I'm actually making some headway here. No promises.
So what are you're loading up Uprising?
No, this is pre-Uprising.
Oh, okay.
Let's go see if this will play for you, because this is the 3D drivers and everything for this are so ancient they might not even be compatible with friggin' Skype, right? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can share just that window with you.
Oh, gross! Random cable. That's so gross.
What?
I'm making fun of you and your
Oh,
downloading problems in chat. You're none the wiser.
cool.
You're
Share
thinking, first off, random cable, you're thinking of Snow White. It's not Sleeping Beauty. If you're going to be gross, get it right.
Share a window, please. Please let me share a window. Where is the window I'm trying to share? Why are you making Jerk. Jerry, you son of a bitch.
Boy, as soon as I mentioned the midget porn, we lost 6 viewers. Crap. Sorry,
Well,
no.
that answers that market research we were talking about.
God,
Dude.
this is wrong with me. This is wrong with me. Oh, okay, cool, excellent. Okay, let me see if I can. I see it. Let me see if I can
Fight.
add that as a window.
In case people haven't seen this, what you're about to see, if this works, is the first playable prototype of Pro Wrestling X. This is before Uprising. This would be 2006. Jesus.
This is the one problem I have had all kinds of trouble with loading up another video source. I've had trouble doing it with YouTube videos. I've had trouble doing it with all that stuff because this is exactly what I want to be able to do, and I don't know how to share this.
Man, you gotta figure it out for the big
I
show.
know, right? Clearly a moron. All right, let's try this.
Because if you're any kind of Pro Wrestling X fan, the kind of crap we can be showing you is like be gold.
Let's try maybe video capture device. I don't think that's going to be it either, but no, that's not it.
Can you see what I'm trying to share?
Yeah, I can see it. I can't get my video software to see it though.
Oh, lame.
Let's see.
Yeah, we might have to call up some pre-rendered videos to celebrate, just to make it Gong-proof, as it were.
Oh, okay, that's not what I want either. Whoa, jeez, no, let's turn that off. Okay.
Just so you know, I've got nothing going on. It's just static desktop you're looking at.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, but I didn't. So,
Oh, okay.
no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so it should just be maybe media source. Let's try that. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, because it should be. It should just be able to load up the Skype window, but for some reason I have had all kinds of trouble.
Yeah. Should be able to accept, eh? Just
Window
share.
capture.
I send the. What I got? Anything I can do here? Nope. Looks good. I'm gonna play this bitch since you're.
Go for it. Hey, gang! I hope you're. Chat's giving us some shit. This is great. I'm sorry, guy. I feel like a complete moron. I don't know why it's not working.
Wow! Oh my God! I haven't seen this in a decade.
I'll bet Beat 'em Up is still.
No, this is pre-Beat 'em Up.
Is it really?
This wasn't Beat 'em Up wasn't written yet.
Oh my God!
That band wasn't even in existence yet. Yeah. Oh God, this is terrible. But you know what's funny? Someone could take this code and art assets from this game and get like a 1-year head start on making their own. You know?
Dude, I have no idea why this isn't working.
We should do that. We should pack up all of our Uprising assets and donate them to the community, man. Just let them have it. I know you cringe at the thought of giving away old content.
No, I really don't, because what are they going to do with Uprising? What are they going to do? It's we both know the reason why we can't release it.
Yeah. There's really nothing to. Yeah, we should just donate it for free, and everybody who wishes they can make their own wrestling game but don't have the money to get all the early assets and basic code done, we could just donate it and hopefully create some more wrestling developers, man. Because there should be more. This day and age, man, with game engines being cheap and assets being, you can buy motion capture wrestling animations to get you started for like $15. You know, like there should be more wrestling games on the market. Damn it.
I agree. Yeah, I don't know why the hell this doesn't work. How many monitors do you have in your setup for your computer? I've only got the one right now. I used to have a dual monitor, but now I've got this giant iMac that it's like looking at a big screen television. It's great. It's done all kinds of fun things to my retinas. It's just fantastic.
Lovely.
Dude, I am grumpy. I don't know why it's not seeing that Skype window.
That's too bad. I would totally love to listen to you, Mark, in real time, watching this. Right. This is the first appearance of Tyrador, man, in this version, and he looks just awful.
Yeah, because I was having trouble doing this with YouTube videos as well. I couldn't play a YouTube video. I don't think it'd be any kind of security stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was a
Shouldn't be.
pre-beat 'em up. It must be the Holy Grail.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's stuff, man.
I
Well,
tell you,
we've done this before, though, have we? We've done this before. We've shared our screens. Maybe not on Twitch, but
not
we've
on
definitely.
Twitch. I don't. Well, I mean, we have done it. That's what I don't
Yeah, yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Um,
One, two, three. Here is your
all
winner.
right.
Game
Yeah,
over.
because it's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing out of the ordinary here.
I
It's
should
just
send
a.
this.
It's just a window capture.
I'm gonna have to find out a way just to send you this install package so you can check it out.
Well, it's. I'll definitely. Yeah. I'm looking for answers here. It's a really boring Twitch chat tonight, gang. I'm really sorry. I'm not. I'm not being very interesting. That's why I'm just
Ooh,
gonna.
create a wrestler. Create a wrestler. Let's check that. Kind of a dick move to make everyone listen to me play these old prototypes.
A little bit. Well, it's my own dumb fault for promising. I just thought it'd be fun, but I don't have any idea why it doesn't work. Because like I said, I've had trouble. Holy crap! I haven't seen this version in forever. This isn't Uprising. This is pre-Uprising, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Welcome
Okay.
to Pro Wrestling.
What's
When do you
funny
actually
is it has.
expect me to pay attention to you when you're talking?
This
You
match
do.
scheduled for
I'm going through
one
the creator
fall
wrestler.
with a
It's funny because it
15-minute
actually has
time
like
limit.
more options than our current game.
Keep it quiet.
No, that's no slight on our artists. It's just actually it goes to show how much easier it was to make content for a game 15 years ago when textures were like 64 by 64. The lack of detail makes things go faster. That's why in Fire Pro they can, you know, they can add like 100 wrestlers in an afternoon when everything is so low resolution. Of course, we had to go and try to make our game look really good.
Yeah.
So now we need like
Fight.
freaking AAA artists to get anything done. Not complaining because I'm glad we have one, but it definitely slows shit down the higher quality you want it to be. Start game. So you can actually see it though, Eric, right?
I can see it. I said I'm trying to get it so that our good friends in chat see. I'm reading through Google Forms right now. This is what a fantastic stream tonight. This is just so exciting for everyone. God, it's so embarrassing. I hate this is why an arrow needs to be on. Okay, let's try to see if I can check some other stuff here. So if I bring everything down, don't panic, chat. Or put PWX in a small corner and then put. Yeah, it's the problem is. Yeah, see that Rondar's got the right idea. I may have to get like another piece of software here.
I cannot keep doing this. I can't turn down the audio of the prototype, so I'm just getting. You know what I mean? I'm getting you and everything else in the game.
Oh, okay.
I'm bailing on that idea, buddy.
Okay. Well,
So that's our first major disappointment for Skype is they can't see the piece of crap prototype we made.
well, you can send it to me,
Yeah, I can get it.
and I'll play it.
Yeah, we got time to. We'll put all this cool stuff together. But it'd be nice if we could let people, if we could play it live. That way, people could ask questions, and we could, we could respond in real time and show them stuff these old games used to do.
Yep, that's what we'll do. So okay, so what I'll do is I'll start putting together like a list, and
Yeah.
hey, that's by design, lamb sauce. You leave. Hey, stop sharing your screen there, Dave, so I can save my bandwidth.
Oh.
But it's looking a lot better now. I stopped. I had my broadcast playing, and I think that was causing some trouble too. You can make this stream the best if Eric reveals the secret weapon of the pimp stick. You're catching a lot of inside jokes that have been going on for the last couple of weeks, Dave. But
I'm not part of the cool crowd anymore, man.
no, you're good. You said you're doing good, brother. I said I'm thrilled to have you in here. We're gonna get Robert in. I'm gonna figure out all these bugs. In fact, maybe that's what I'll do because I'm gonna have to do some kind of a. I'm gonna have to do some kind of a technical test anyway. I'm gonna probably pick a random weekday and just see if we can get all these tech glitches because I don't want to have any tech issues on broadcast night. So everybody's circling March 22nd on their calendars for Gong Show 100.
I will be kicking around tomorrow, Eric, if you want to do some testing.
Okay. That'll be fun
Well,
because
good.
I'll figure out a way to make it work. We'll get it all
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
You guys should record audio from this for a podcast. I actually thought about doing that. The problem is like so much of this stuff is straight up like you have to be able to see the video and stuff, but maybe not. Maybe not. We'll have to
Yeah.
kind of see how it all looks.
Yeah.
But
Man, what settings are you using, Eric? Because you're getting really decent quality and frame rate even on this broadcast.
we're
If I
getting
use
well. It helps now that I've got a really nice internet connection with my new place. I've got a really good audio set or a really good bandwidth. And then I just started boosting all the digits. I just started boosting all the quality bandwidth and all that stuff. And yeah, we've been getting great frame rates with all this stuff. So that's why I'm at least glad that we can get your audio in here tonight. So at least
that's great. But what settings are you actually playing the game itself on?
I have it on good. It's 1600 by whatever that. I think it's 1600
Windowed?
by. Yeah, it's windowed. I
Yeah.
do windowed, so that I can just kind of bust it in here into the open broadcast software.
Yeah, I've had various levels of success capturing video for a new trailer, because
Mhm.
Frap chops your frame rate in half just by using it.
Yeah, use open broadcast software. I can help you set all that kind of stuff up. It's a great Lamb Sauce has lost his mind.
As
He's gone to the all caps. He's
Oh,
making
no.
sound effects. Hey, I can talk to you guys. I can update Dave while I'm updating the fans. I had a good conversation with Robert the Man today. So I
Nice.
get this message out of the blue, and he's like, "Hey, I want to start playing around with Steamworks. Can you help me get some of this stuff set up?" And so I did. And in typical Robert fashion, he's just like, texting or like sending me IM messages, and there's like no punctuation. He's just like, I can't. I'm just like ready to dive in. You guys are gonna be so blown away. Just like, he's fired up. He might not sleep for 3 days. So it's
that's
very
kinda
exciting. So there's gonna be some good things coming in the next build. He's been screwing around with the Unity 5 port. Sounds like that's been going well. So everybody's been asking me every week, how's the port going, and that's been going real well, at least as far as I can tell. But Robert is very excited, very excited. In fact, I would prepare. We're gonna try to get him in here on the 22nd. So, batten down the hatches.
He's amazing, man. Like when he's got something new to work on, it's crazy. What
Yes.
he'll do with it. Like we just, like you say, like we got the Steamworks integration tools, and it sounded like it was like unleashing the beast, man, today with what
He also said the thing that you got him worked flawlessly.
Really?
Yes.
Welcome.
So
You're talking about the second package?
yes.
Really?
Out of context, just yes. Just be
Really?
careful.
Wow,
Yeah.
we're being real dicks by being vague about it here.
No.
Tim,
Second
but we
package
can't
was
say it.
second package was a pretty funny hint, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. But yes, that thing that you got him says works
Okay.
flawlessly. So there you
I
go.
was wondering about integration of that, but if that's going to integrate as easily or as well as he apparently says it is, my God, these builds are going to start blowing up exponentially.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Rondar, so far, early tests are very positive. We're testing a couple of new experimental features, just trying to see what we can break.
If you talk to anybody,
Fight.
because we haven't discussed how much we were going to actually disclose yet until it's actually shipping, but did you drop any hints about the new feature that you were requesting that Robert got working?
No, I have not dropped any hints on that.
Okay.
I have just
That's fine, 'cause
let's make sure it works before promising.
Yeah.
I try to keep it pretty vague because I never know what the hell's going on. I pretty much try to do the best I can with keeping up with things, but I don't always understand what's going on. So.
And you never know what's going to break horrifically. in a
Well,
catch.
that's just it. So, yeah, these guys are all like, you guys, you're just such, we're kind of being like dick teases. Is kind of what we're. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
language. We're being jerks. Unity should port well to Nintendo Switch. One can dream. That's not a dream. That's not a That's not a dream, Platinum Dragon. That's about all we can say about that. That's about all we can say about that. Shut your mouth.
Right. that's right. We
Platinum Dragon. I cannot believe that he's in here. That guy goes so far back with us.
Platinum. Do you still have your mask? You got your Platinum Dragon mask.
Platinum Dragon mask. I have video if we don't have it.
I know we're kicking around, man. That's funny.
Yep, good times.
How many pictures do we have of AJ Styles wearing our gear? Just a couple.
Just one. Just one shirt.
No, there was an alternate take. I think we got at least one alternate
No,
take.
do we really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Just to prove it's not photoshopped.
You dream about Switch. I dream about adding a second player. Quiet, Random Gable. We're working on that too. At least local multiplayer. We're working on that.
We didn't talk about that because it kind of came and went without much fanfare. But
because it used to be in, right?
Yeah, and Robert's tested multiple controllable characters as we go up to Unity 5. We just haven't really made any firm design decisions on how far we're going to take it when we go to Unity 5. We got to make sure we're not adding too much. And I know it seems like a no-brainer. Like, of course you're going to add local multiplayer. Yeah, of course we are, but we're still taking baby steps and being careful.
We still need to have guys be able to tag and
But it's kind of funny with the fad these days of all these third-person, first-person shooter survival games adding their battle royale modes is the next big thing. I think it's kind of funny that we have a wrestling game that we literally haven't put a battle royale mode in yet.
That's one of the things I'm excited for. I am such a whore for battle royals. You know me and the big man spots and all that stuff, and I'd love to be able to have 3 guys gang up on a giant and just him and go blah and throw everybody off and.
We've got everything we need to do a War Games match. Yeah.
Platinum Dragon says he does have the mask.
Nice.
If I had that picture of him handy, I'd put it up here right now, but I don't. It's on my Mac though. I know the folder that it's in because we used it as part of our Kickstarter video to show the crazy cool fans that we had. So. Ivatopia, what are you talking about? Ivatopia was it Ivatopia or was it No Tear God that gave me the idea for the collapsing cage spot last week? Oh my God, that was so much fun. I had such a blast doing that, and Twitch was having, they were laughing pretty hard too about it. And I think Dave sat on his microphone again. He doesn't know it yet. He's still trying to figure that out.
Rope break.
We're going to hear all of a sudden he's going to be like, oops, I sat on my mic. We'll see. Yeah, Platinum Dragon, that cracked me up when you sent us that video. That video's got to be, 12 years old? Maybe 10 years old? I can't remember. I don't even remember why we asked for it.
Asked for what? Sorry, I cut off there.
Oh, we were looking, why did we have video of him in the first place, of Platinum Dragon? Didn't we say, send us a video of you saying we support Pro Wrestling X or something like that? Oh, it was for the pitch pack.
Yeah, it was when we were originally pitching for our first round funding. And trivia, we've got one from Dave Horn. Pretty funny that he ended up being a developer as well.
Yeah.
Dave Horn said it's a
That's
video.
true. Now was he does that pre-Action Arcade Wrestling when he sent us that video?
Totally, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was just starting his media company. He sent us a funny video of him using Force Lightning to blow up SmackDown.
Oh my God, that's totally right. Oh my God, we have got to show that video too.
Remember the early trailer? The first trailer we ever did?
Oh, Dave, we're gonna have to bust all this stuff out for Gong Show. You guys are gonna have a blast. We're gonna go right down memory lane for all this stuff. Well, maybe we'll have to do it in in chronological order.
What if we got any stuff we can give away? I mean, I know we can always give away keys to the game, but we must have some old school stuff that we can have some fun with. You know what I really want to give away? I really want to get out of my house for a whole bunch of reasons, is I have this Ultimate Warrior hand soap that I've had. You remember that, don't you?
Barely.
I'll show you. I know I got a picture of it somewhere, man. I gotta find it. But that needs to be a prize, a giveaway prize, so I can finally give this Ultimate Warrior soap.
I would be in favor of a giveaway.
I'm tired of caring for my damn Ultimate Warrior soap.
I think our stream is lagging behind quite a bit. I think we got a bit of a delay, but I anticipate chat sending in.
Okay. That's all good.
Ivatopia also sent us a video for that. Boy, Ivatopia, how far back do you go, buddy?
My God, eh?
No, actually, he must go back pretty far because I was going through like our hero list today, and I think I remember seeing him in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to do some digging on that.
Too funny. Oh
Because some
man.
of these guys are awfully young, like, and it's just like, how were you even like born by the time we
I,
even got this thing going?
I don't think
Ivatopia, I'm gonna
people
go
are gonna
look
be
for
able to
that.
see.
I'm gonna look for that tomorrow. I'm dying to see that.
I don't think people can see this pic that I'm posting. I'm not sure the link will work, but yeah, this is my Ultimate Warrior hand soap. Terrible picture of it that I need to find a new home for. I'm not sure if the link is going to work.
That is, yeah, well, if not, I can post a picture of. I can post a picture of the. You got a better one than that, dude?
I can get one. I got one.
Okay.
My phone battery is dead, or I'd take a new
Because
picture.
that I can do static images. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, you're damn right. I'm
man.
going to.
Yeah, we gotta. He needs to move on.
Well, and you can autograph it.
I would raise the value of it. I do have some really cool Pro Wrestling X thank you cards I'll be sending out to some people and stuff, so that'll be kind of cool. Boy, we got so much stuff we could like. You'd have to be a pretty hardcore Pro Wrestling X fan to even give a shit about some of the stuff we have. But man, you remember those old printed pitch documents and design documents we had found up? That, you know.
Yeah, and everybody's saying turn your flash off. This is an old photo. This is not a current. He's maybe taking a new one, but that's a pretty that's pretty
right now,
bad.
man.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. But God, how old is that, dude?
You know what? It's sitting right here.
I have been informed that video and that request came in 2007.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
If I remember right, that's Ivatopia saying that, and that's could be right. Could be right.
You know what? I'm gonna try to take a better picture of this damn thing.
Well, just get it. Just you don't have to send it to me tonight, but just send it to me and.
What's on my mind?
Platinum Dragon, you're a father now. My God, we're all getting old. We're all aging together. We're gonna be like in 30 years, all of us are gonna be like playing No Mercy and like rinsing out our dentures. You know.
Well, you know,
God
it's
willing.
fucking exciting for me as I've never actually been to a No Mercy tournament. I know that Patrick Hickey had them in New York. I think they have one at Magfest.
Well, we don't. You probably haven't gone to a lot of the cons.
No, but you know,
I haven't either.
Yeah, we gotta start touring. You know, we're gonna have to get a budget and start.
Well, I gotta tell you, Dave, and I've teased this before on Twitch. That if that Young Bucks Cody Rhodes show that they're doing All In. Strong rumors has that coming out of Chicago, and if that's the case, I'm going. And how cool would it be to put like a merch table up at that thing?
Oh, dude,
just saying.
Sweet.
That's in September. That's in September. So I don't know, man.
You know, somebody's doing something. Oh, I was gonna actually announce this in the newsletter. I don't imagine it matters terribly, because it's already public knowledge. But Rocket League is partnering with WWE.
Oh, well, because they've been pimping that pretty hard.
That'd be awesome. Crush Hour 2, man. That'd be great. Hey, Eric, I tried shooting you a better copy of that picture.
I am doing it right now. Yep, I am checking it right now.
Well, if it worked, then at least we know we can do that. It's cool. Good God. Too funny.
Okay, so how do I do this?
I don't know.
It's so bad. It's like mini soap savant. Like,
right?
what the hell?
Right?
Oh
My God, this Halloween level looks amazing.
Isn't it, though? All right, let me load this up because this is funny. Let's see. Is it window capture that I want?
CM Punk, Random Cable. How do you think he's going to make out in his next UFC match, man? I don't want him to be destroyed or humiliated, but I don't know if it's going to go any other way.
I know, right?
All the power to him, though. Stepping into a cage at all is...
I wouldn't do it.
man.
I am a big chicken, so I can accept that. Yeah, check this. Let's see, remove. Yeah. Wow, what an exciting broadcast tonight. Wow, Eric, you did such a good job. Just sitting me dicking around with open broadcast software and
Yeah.
Oh, you're definitely right. That is a much better picture, though. That is a
Oh,
much
another
better
little bit of
picture.
news. Another little bit of news is coming out. I think just in a couple days is Patrick Hickey's Mind Behind the Games books that Pro Wrestling X is featured in. So I'm
Get
looking
out of
forward to
here.
getting a
Cool.
copy of that and get a copy. Yeah, for people that don't know, there's a book coming out called Minds Behind the Games, where it's interviews with a pretty, I would say, eclectic bunch of developers, because the author's whole idea was to get the inside story on what he considers to be iconic games. So he's actually interviewed the developer of things like Doom and Fallout and Road Rash and Mortal Kombat and NBA Jam and Pro Wrestling X. Like how we
Yeah, which
scored
one of these
conclusion.
things doesn't
Right?
belong?
But in fact, he said he liked, he's been following us for a while and liked our story, the story of Pro Wrestling X so
Well,
much.
Patrick Hickey's been a good friend
Yeah.
for us for a long time.
Well, apparently, I haven't seen it yet, but apparently the spread on Pro Wrestling X in the book is one of the biggest chapters in the book. Apparently, I mean, yay, it's gonna
Well,
be cool.
I will let you know that we now have double trophies for the tournament winner. We don't have the guy winning both trophies anymore, or
Oh
like
wow.
the first and second place trophies. So that that's
I
pretty
haven't
funny.
even won that damn tournament yet. I haven't actually seen the belt. I've been trying to capture video footage of the championship celebration with the confetti and that for the new trailer. And you would think that as a developer, we would have a hack where we could easily get that. But nope, I actually have to play and win to get the video footage of the
Hmm.
damn thing.
I have Utopia. Years ago, there was a tier on a Kickstarter to have your own created wrestler added to the game's roster. Are you still going to be doing that at some point? And will there be a way to maybe add more wrestlers to the main roster, like DLC options at some later point? Dave, would you like to address that?
I would like to address that. Yes, that's the short answer. The long answer is there's so much that we have to figure out in terms of the way business models are changing and downloadable content and offering stuff without pissing off some customers while making other ones happy. I mean, technically, yeah, we have the ability to work with DLC and adding whatever we want as DLC. Um, it's just we've made enough mistakes. Would prefer not to make any involving our actual fan creations. So we're just taking our time slowly, wondering how we're gonna implement this stuff. Because I would love nothing more than to have the Pro Wrestling X Federation of wrestlers in the game and have it be officially all guys created by our supporters over the years. To me, that would just be the best.
Yep. So the short answer is we're working on it because we agree. We would like to do that. We would still love to be able to set the record for the number of characters in a game,
Yeah.
all that kind of fun jazz. So
But DLC is a touchy subject when you're still in early access. You don't want to really mess with it. Even if you got the best intentions and things are free, um, we've watched other developers introduce DLC on Steam to their games that are in early access, and we've seen that pretty much decimate their careers. So people did not take kindly to being asked to obtain DLC separately when your game's in early access. So we've learned from other people's mistakes there, I would say.
well, we
And you
don't know
gotta
yet.
get
We just don't. Some of this stuff is we just don't know. Some of this stuff we just
yeah,
have no idea where this stuff is all headed, and so it's
yeah.
it's hard to say.
It's gonna be an interesting time for games in particular. I know we talked about this internally in our last crew meeting, but the traditional game business just seems to be blowing up, man. Like you've got everybody's trying to be the Netflix of something, like you've got subscription services on Xbox now. Their Xbox, I forget the name of it, but $10 a month and you have access to a couple hundred games, just like Netflix of gaming. And they've announced that the newest the newest Microsoft first party games, like the new I think it's Crackdown or something, will be included in that subscription service. So you have the choice of buying Crackdown new for like $70, or just joining their subscription service for $10 to play Crackdown and 200 other games. So what they're trying to do to disrupt the gaming business models, we have no idea. We're kind of at their mercy here as far as pricing strategies and stuff as they go. And I know this is the unsexy, unfun kind of corporate asshole sort of subject when it comes to this whole game business thing, but it is a business, and we don't want to get caught with our pants down and screw something up. So we're just paying close attention, not making any rash decisions, and just taking baby steps to make sure we don't have to, if we do make any mistakes, that we don't have to spend the next year undoing something massive, you know? Is what I'm saying. Reading Ivatopia's message about adding your dad to the roster. Dude, you're right after my own heart, because I think that is super awesome of you. In fact, one of the upcoming characters in Pro Wrestling X officially is going to be my dad.
Big Mike, as I recall, right?
Mike, yeah, Big Mike. There's a long story there about my dad, you know, being invited to go train with Stu Hart and Stampede Wrestling, and how he gave up that dream to be you know, a father and raise some dumbass named David back in the day. So I owe the old man. He's going to be a wrestler one way or the other. It looks like it's going to be in Pro Wrestling X. So yeah, I totally am 100% behind Ivatopia's.
Well, and all the crew have got to be some kind of wrestlers or some kind of, whether we're referees or something. I want to be a ref, really bad.
You just want the ref bumps, man. You want that bloodied up.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to bust out the ref shirt for Gong Show 100. Gonna have to do it. Gonna have to do it.
What do I got? Hey, I still got my original white Pro Wrestling X shirt. So I might have to throw that on, get my cam working, and all that fun stuff. Holy shit, it's 5 to 8. I'm gonna have to.
It's insane, dude. Rondar, here's an interesting question. Where did you guys learn all of the logistics about how to handle the production of a video game? By doing everything the opposite of the way it was supposed to be done and making every mistake. No, Dave, you want to talk, because there may be some people that are kind of new to the game. You want to tell people how Pro Wrestling X got started 16 years ago?
Oh boy, yeah, I'll try to keep it.
Give us the cliff notes, you know.
A little bit here, but when we had the idea to make a wrestling game, this was like, you know, 16 years ago when we first had the idea, and there was no such thing as game engines like Unity and Unreal. There were no such things as tutorials on how to, you know, mod a game and make your own. You had to figure it out and ask people for advice, and if you didn't know what you were doing, you just had to figure it out. And you talk about where did we learn all the logistics of making a game production. We did have some mentors kind of walk us through the way the big companies did it. You know, we were lucky enough to have people working with huge video game companies in Vancouver at the time trying to sit us down, tell us how they did it. But there was no blueprint for indie guys making indie games back then. We literally had to, you know, step one, make a wrestler show up on screen, and that would take a week or two for various funny reasons. You know, and then
well, so where did you come up with the idea to start your video game, and what were you doing at the time?
Oh boy, I was a guitar teacher at the time, teaching people how to play Green Day songs back in the day. And a huge No Mercy fan, huge Nintendo 64 wrestling game fan, the Aki games. And I was really disappointed, along with almost everyone else, when WrestleMania 18 came out for GameCube, and it was just a very small, not very good game at all. And I was young, and I was being a troll and being a jerk on GameFAQs forums. Are GameFAQs still around even?
I don't think they're even around. Well, they're around, but not in the forums, not in the forum capacity.
Yeah, so I was complaining on this forum about how bad this wrestling game was, and someone said, "Hey man, if you think you can do better, why don't you make your own game?" And I thought, okay, fine, I will. Thinking, how hard can it be? And honestly, it started as a dare. I promised people that I would send out a newsletter once a week to tell them, you know, what my progress was like, and yeah, step by step, man.
So if you're keeping track at home. That is an internet troll on a dare, quit his job as a guitar teacher after majoring in a university as a jazz studies major, and decided that he was going to make a video game. That's where Pro Wrestling X started, gang. That's why it's taken us 16 years to get where we are, is when you have no money and no knowledge and nothing but a dream. That's what you got to do. And it's been blood, sweat, and tears. And like I said, we're going to be for those of you who are relatively new to the project, we're going to be putting together an anthology that I'm having Dave work on right now. That's basically a compendium of every newsletter that we've ever done, so that you can literally watch the game industry, society, technology, everything change through the eyes of Dave in a newsletter form, in an ebook that will be basically the almost 800 issues of this newsletter, and then he's also going to kind of spill some beans about what he was actually talking about at the time, and a lot of really, really great stories over the years. Really, really good stuff.
Yeah, it's funny. You talk about how many years it's taken us to get this far. But you think about it, we were just a team. Sometimes it was just me and one other guy for a long time, right? Trying to make a wrestling game, and more than one actual producer told me when starting out that wrestling games are the hardest, bar none, video game to develop, because it's not just one concept like a first-person shooter where you aim and fire. A wrestling game is, you've got
A lot of situations, a lot of animations, a lot of potential movements. It's crazy.
Oh, you've got strategy elements, real-time strategy, collision, platforming, all sorts of stuff, right? So,
Rondar, I know exactly what you mean,
time.
brother. It's said this is why guys like Robert and Mr. Wrestling 5 are like heroes to me. The magic that they have created with this game, even though it's got its own bugs and all that kind of stuff,
Right.
but the fact that we're as far as we are and as much fun as I had, especially last week, where just like the collapsing cage and all this stuff, I just thought, these guys are my heroes, man. They're absolute rock stars, and that's why it's like I'm kind of trying to take my own time and study up on some of this stuff to see if I can ever make something like this. But my God, these guys are wizards, and I'm so jealous that what they're doing. So much props to our guys. They've saved our ass, and we can't thank them enough. And we're going to try to get them on here. At least get Mr. Wrestling 5 in chat and get Robert online, and so good times.
Yeah, because they need the recognition, man. I know Eric and I, we're the guys you hear from the most on social media and these broadcasts and stuff. And we've been with the project since day one, obviously. But everything you're seeing in this Twitch, all these graphics, animations, game mechanics, that was done by two other guys, not us.
Yep.
And this team of just one really kick-ass game programmer who is a huge wrestling fan. Combine that with an artist who is a professional video game AAA artist who really would rather be making a wrestling video game than what he's working on now. You combine those two guys and the passion for they want to be the next Aki, and you put that fire under them, and that's how you end up with what you see on the screen right now, man. This is nothing but the passion of this team of four guys spit out on the screen.
Yep. This is why we're still here, man. This is why we're still standing. Why we still email our old school guys and say, hey, what's your new address so we can send you stuff. So, yep.
It really has become a family. It's not some lame marketing term when we say Pro Wrestling X family, man. It's a lot of guys, they started this project when they were in high school, and now they're in their 30s with children.
Yep.
We've all grown up together, and Pro Wrestling X has been this epic Lord of the Rings freaking adventure trying to get done,
Well, that's why I'm so excited for this ebook, is because, like I said, I really think that it's absolutely fascinating looking at this stuff. I mean, look how much has changed in 16 years, and it's all first person. It's like a Ken Burns documentary where you're reading all these Civil War letters and stuff. Like this is the snapshot of the time. It's really crazy. So
it's really crazy. Don't you cringe, Eric, when you go through certain parts of the newsletter and you realize, oh my God, that week we created Kickstarter and we didn't know it.
Yeah.
Or
we created social
Facebook
media. We're like, we were using all these principles a long time ago, and that's the Kickstarter thing is absolutely true. For those that don't know, we pre-sold this game a long time ago. We had a PayPal account and said, hey, buy it. And people were like, we had a choice. You could put down a $5 deposit, or you could spend $40 and actually buy a game that didn't exist. And I remember the exact day, and Dave knows exactly where I'm going with this story, is I thought I broke the buttons because everybody was buying the game at full price. I couldn't believe it. I was like, Dave, I completely screwed the pooch. I don't know what's happening, but I can't. Nobody's putting down $5, and everybody was buying full. This was, my God, this was 2006, something
Right.
like that. And so this is way before Kickstarter or anything like that. Which is again why we feel it's another reason why we keep going. Is it's like, God, we people gave us money blinded and didn't know what they were getting, and so it's like I feel that I feel that burden, and get all these multi-million-dollar Kickstarters that just like shut down and just like, hey, we're gonna take it
I
off. It's
can't.
like we can't do it.
Yeah.
We're like we feel so bad that anybody gave us any money for anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's been a two-way street. Like we feel compelled, like whenever there's like that there's I remember back when the flood Katrina happened. I mean, a few of our pro wrestling ex supporters or family, we knew that they were in trouble, and we hit the reverse switch on the funding and actually shot some cash back to their families to help them out. Like,
Yep.
I'm not just putting ourselves over and say, look how wonderful we are. I just mean like it really is
Well,
a
and we're
person
putting our community over. We're putting our fans over. I said even, like I said, we get great emails. Our Twitch broadcasts are so much fun. We have a lot of regulars in here, and everybody's been really cool. We haven't, we've had our times where we've had to deal with our haters, and Lord only knows if we ever set foot back on Reddit again, we'll probably get annihilated. But it's, but everybody most of the time is pretty cool, and even the people when they email or they're like, they've got a problem or something, most people are pretty cool about it and they understand, and that's is why we're so honest about, warts and all. We just kind of wear it and say, look, we've made a lot of mistakes, and that's why when like the new legacy guys put a video and kind of blew us apart pretty good, it's like cool, we got to take our lumps, and it's all good, and put it in the spirit for which it was intended. So we try not to get too upset about anything, and we're all just kind of keep rolling on the crazy train.
it's kind of been not kind of, it has been our philosophy, um, dealing with our community is we're not marketing to anyone. We're not trying to put on a good show or a good face for anyone. We've shown up every week, even when it was just a text newsletter or sometimes these Twitch videos now and YouTube videos. We show up and we are proud to show everyone our mistakes and what's broken and what we're working on. And I think that's why our community, they don't hate on us like some communities have hate. Like I'm sure a lot of other games, if they showed like something that they were working on that was horribly broken, they'd probably die of fear if that ever got out. But I think our community, well, I know our community appreciates what we do because they tell us,
Well,
like
and like I said, we just kind of own our mistakes and say, look,
we
uh,
laugh at it. Funny, and the thing is, if you're not making mistakes, you're not doing anything. And I totally get. Every once in a while, you see this cycle repeat where there'll be a new upstart game developer, and they'll take shots at us for this game has been in development for 25 years, but we have expertise in the game industry, and we just graduated from game college, so we know what we're doing. And Pro Wrestling X is about to get owned and destroyed, and it's too bad, really, that we have to do this to them. This happens regularly, and regularly, people find out how hard it is to actually do this, and they generally quietly go away without saying goodbye. So it's kind of fun to be
well,
standing
and
here.
the thing is though too, it's like we can't, like I said, we got to own it too, and we can't get a real big head about all that stuff because, like I said, that we got to own it. We do.
Yeah.
We made our mistakes, and that's why we can't get real chesty about any of this stuff. And to their credit, I know you said it happens regularly, but for the most part, most of the guys that are developing wrestling games right now are actually pretty cool guys, and they give us respect, and we tell them our mistakes and all that stuff, and they really respect that. And like I said, the Rumble Fest guys are a perfect example of that. They like, they had nothing but good things to say about us. And like I said, that's, we always try to just view it as we're all one big happy family. We all got our different territories, and yeah, we're technically all competition with each other. But you know what? We're all wrestling game fans too. And if somebody comes out with a cool game, sweet.
there is room for everybody, man. This world is a huge market, and despite all of the cool wrestling game developers, you've got indie guys on almost every platform between us and Dickie and Horn and Dan Hinkles and now the Rumblefest guys, and there's more coming. There is so much room for more wrestling games, and we are the first developer that if you get a hold of us and say, I want to make a wrestling game, do you have any advice? You will have to you will have to literally put a you're gonna have to literally hang up on me because I will talk nonstop until I lose my breath about every mistake we've made. We are so open about every mistake we've made, so people don't have to repeat our mistakes.
Yeah.
They can make
Well,
their own
and
new.
what's nice is that the industry has changed a lot since we even got started. I mean,
Yeah.
so, you know, so it's all good, man. All right, man. It's 10:10. I need some food and I need some sleep and I need some liquid.
All
Um,
right, we
so
love you guys, man. Look
always
forward
a
to
pleasure, Twitch chat.
yeah.
ProWrestlingX.com, at ProWrestlingX on Twitter, Facebook.com/ProWrestlingX. Like our Twitch channel, yada, yada, yada. Um,
Goddamn dragon. Yep,
that's right.
exactly.
Yeah, Platinum Dragon. It's good to see him again. That's great. We're getting a lot of good regulars, and like I said, Thursday, March 22nd. Circle the calendar, mark it down. We'll probably go 3 hours that night. I'm already, getting the calendar and clearing the night and all that kind of stuff. So,
It'll be epic. Old, never before seen pro
yep,
wrestling
you
action.
guys will have a good time. It'll be a lot of fun. So,
You're gonna have the holy grail of backstage news
yep.
about the golden era of wrestling in the Aki days. It's gonna be freaking awesome. Who knows what other
Yeah,
surprises
we'll
we
see
might
what
have.
transpires, man. But
Yeah.
always a pleasure, gang.